Have you ever been in a conversation with a woman and walked away thinking, was she into me? Or was I just imagining it? Because here's the truth. When a woman's interested, she probably won't say it directly. No bold confession. No clear statement. Just subtle moves that fly right under most guys' radar. And if you miss those signals, she won't give you a second chance. In her mind, you were either uninterested or too unsure of yourself to make a move. Either way, opportunity gone. That's what today's video is all about, decoding the quiet clues. We're going to unpack 10 things women say when they secretly want more from you. And trust me, once you learn how to read between the lines, it'll feel like you've finally cracked a hidden language. Let's start with one of the most overlooked but powerful phrases. You smell so good. Now don't brush this off as just a casual compliment about your cologne. It's way more than that. When a woman says you smell good, she's not just noticing a fragrance. She's reacting on a deeper level, instinctual, emotional, and physical. Scent bypasses logic. It goes straight to memory, to feeling. And if she's mentioning it, it means she's been close enough to notice. Not your shirt, not your shoes, you. Unlike a compliment about your haircut or outfit, things you intentionally put on your scent is personal. It's intimate. It's something you can't fully control, and that's exactly why it carries weight. A woman only comments on how a man smells when she's emotionally or physically tuned in. It's her way of signaling closeness without crossing a line, and the signs usually show before she even speaks. Maybe she steps in just a little too close. Her voice softens, her body angles toward yours. Or she lingers a second longer when you hug her, a playful sniff, a soft smile afterward. It's not just flirtation. It's a preview of something more. She's already imagined closeness. Maybe even comfort. Maybe more. This isn't just about seduction. It's about connection. And the phrase "you smell so good" almost never comes without a feeling attached to it. It's her way of hinting at intimacy without saying it outright. So if you hear it, don't just let it land on your ego. Listen with your presence. Because she's speaking to more than your ears. So as we said earlier, when a woman says, "You smell so good," she's already imagined closeness long before you had a clue. That kind of signal, it's quiet, but full of emotional weight. Now let's move to the second one, another phrase that holds more meaning than meets the ear. You're trouble. If she ever looks at you with that playful half smile and says, "You're trouble," trust me, she's not warning you. She's revealing herself. That phrase isn't about caution. It's an admission, dressed up as a joke. A way to say, you're not like the others, without fully unpacking what she's feeling. It's her attempt to wrap emotional tension in a tease, because something about you has already shaken her usual rhythm. You don't fit into the neat little categories she's used to. You're unpredictable. And that makes her nervous in a way that's exciting. It's not that you're dangerous in a literal sense. It's that you break patterns. You interrupt the script. And in doing that, you pull her into a space where logic starts to loosen its grip. When she calls you trouble, what she really means is this: you make her feel something she didn't expect to feel, something faster, riskier, more intense. That phrase is the moment between holding back and giving in. Attraction doesn't grow in perfect safety, it lives in the edge between control and surrender. So when you stir a little uncertainty in her, when you disrupt her calm just enough to spark that tension, that's what pulls her in deeper. She may not say it directly, but her energy gives it away. And here's something important: men who trigger that feeling usually aren't just good looking or charming. They're grounded, present. They're not trying to be mysterious, they just are. They don't overshare, they don't seek approval, and they don't try to explain themselves too soon. That's what makes a woman lean in. She's intrigued by what she doesn't know about you yet. So when she softly says, "You're trouble," listen closely. Underneath that playful tone, there's something raw, a quiet confession. You make her feel off balance, and she likes it. So when she says, "I don't usually do this," but she's not hesitating. She's already decided. What she's really doing is giving herself permission and quietly asking if you'll meet her halfway. This kind of moment reveals an inner tug of war. On one hand, she wants to stay true to her boundaries, but on the other, something about you makes her want to step past them. That phrase? It's not hesitation, it's vulnerability. She's trying to protect her self-image while still leaning into the moment. Women, just like anyone, care deeply about how they're perceived. They want to be seen as thoughtful, grounded, intentional. So when she says something like this, it's her way of making this bold behavior feel okay, not just for you, but for herself. At its core, this is about permission. She's already made her choice. She wants to do something different, something out of character, but needs to feel safe doing it. And whether she moves forward or pulls back depends a lot on how you respond. By saying, "I don't usually do this," she's handing you the reins. It's a gentle prompt and opening for you to lead, not aggressively, not with pressure, but with presence, confidence, and calm. She's testing to see, will you meet her in that space? What's unspoken is this: I'm breaking my own rules because of you. And that's powerful. It's not about impulse, it's about trust. Trust in her attraction, and trust that you'll understand the deeper meaning behind her words. She's stepping into unknown territory, and in doing so, she's watching how you hold that moment. Whether you handle it with care or dismiss it too quickly determines whether she lean in more or retreat. Moments like these are subtle, but they reveal so much. She's not just crossing her boundaries, she's gently testing yours. Will you validate her choice? Will you signal safety, interest, presence? So when she says, "It's getting late, but I don't feel like leaving," she's not just commenting on the time. She's handing you a quiet invitation. She's hoping you'll recognize the opening and choose to deepen the moment. What she's really saying is, "I'm open to more, but I need you to lead." Whether that more means a change of setting, a deeper heart-to-heart, or emotional and physical intimacy, it depends on the connection you've built so far. But one thing is clear: by putting the next move in your hands, she's testing your awareness. If you hesitate or miss it, the moment might pass. She won't push. She simply let it fade, and you might never know what was possible. In relationships, these are the quiet crossroads, the moments that either move things forward or let them stall. They don't come with flashing lights or bold declarations. They come softly, wrapped in casual phrases, waiting to see if you're paying attention. So next time she says, "I don't feel like leaving," don't just hear the words, read the emotion behind them. She's not talking about the clock. She's giving you a moment, one that invites connection, and maybe something more. Now, let's move to another powerful phrase, one that might sound playful on the surface but actually reveals something much deeper. Do you think I'm that innocent? This isn't just teasing. It's a window into her complexity. At first glance, it may seem like she's just flirting, tossing out a rhetorical challenge. But there's more going on beneath the surface. When a woman asks this, she's not seeking praise or pretending to be coy. She's showing you there are layers to her, that she's not some cookie-cutter ideal you might assume her to be. And she's curious, can you see that? This phrase is her way of saying, there's more to me than what I let people see. She's inviting you to look beyond the sweet, composed exterior to explore the passions, contradictions, and boldness she may keep tucked away. She wants to know if you can handle the full version of her, not just the polite one, not just the pretty one, the real one, the one that's daring, emotional, unpredictable. The side she only shows to someone who gets it. When she throws that question out, she's watching closely. Will you cling to a simplified image of her? Or will you rise to the challenge and embrace her depth? It's not just about flirtation, it's about recognition. About being seen, truly seen. So when she says, do you think I'm that innocent? She's not playing coy. She's pulling back the curtain, giving you a glimpse into the more complex, more authentic version of herself. She's inviting you to look deeper. And if you respond with presence and curiosity, something powerful happens next. I feel like I can be myself around you. At first, this might sound like a compliment, but it's much more than that. It's an emotional reveal. When a woman says this, she's not just being nice, she's lowering her guard. She's telling you, with you, I don't have to perform. Gone is the polished version, the one carefully curated for the world. What you get now is her, the real her. This moment marks a significant shift, because for most women, letting someone in emotionally takes time and trust. And when she says she can truly be herself around you, it means she feels emotionally safe. Safe enough to be unfiltered, imperfect, even vulnerable. That kind of safety? It's rare. Many women have had their openness met with rejection, judgment, or worse, betrayal. So when she opens up to you like this, it's not just about comfort. It's a sign you've reached a level of connection that most men never access. Trust and attraction are the two pillars that hold up this space. Without both, this kind of intimacy doesn't happen. But when she feels emotionally secure and physically drawn to you, the connection becomes something deeper, something real. She's no longer worried about whether you're impressed. She's not trying to win your attention. Instead, she's showing you the raw, unfiltered parts of herself, the thoughts, fears, and quirks that she doesn't reveal to just anyone. The subtext of her words is simple but powerful. I trust you. I don't just enjoy your company, I feel safe enough to be seen by you. And when a woman feels seen, not just admired, that's when genuine connection begins to form. That's when it shifts from surface level to soul level. So when she says, I feel like I can be myself around you, that's not just comfort, it's connection. It's her way of saying, I trust you with the real me. And right when the emotional energy is peaking, she might look at you and casually ask, so, what now? At first, it sounds simple, innocent even. But don't be fooled. That question carries a lot more weight than the words suggest. She's not just curious about what happens next in the conversation. She's handing you the steering wheel, quietly asking, are you going to lead this moment forward? Women rarely state their desires directly. Instead, they offer small signals, planting seeds and watching to see if you'll notice. When she asks, what now? She's already opened the door. The emotional groundwork has been laid. The connection is alive. Now, She's watching to see if you'll do something with it. That question is her way of passing the torch, letting you take the lead. Not in a controlling way, but in a way that shows presence, awareness, and direction. It's not about planning something grand or giving a clever response. It's about recognizing what's unspoken. She's testing whether you feel the shift, whether you sense the moment has changed, and if you'll guide it into something deeper. Because that one line, "So, what now?" is less about the question and more about the invitation. How you respond will shape what happens next. And then, sometimes, she'll say something that seems like a compliment, but actually reveals how deeply she's been paying attention. You're powerful. Now, this isn't about your biceps or how much you can bench. She's not referring to brute strength or flashy dominance. No, when a woman says you're powerful, she's talking about your presence. It's in how you carry yourself. How you walk into a room without needing to dominate, but still own your space. It's in how you stay calm under pressure, how you speak with clarity, how you handle conflict without losing your center. This type of power isn't loud. It doesn't need to announce itself. It's quiet, grounded, magnetic. And here's what makes it even more interesting. At first, she might not even realize why she's drawn to you. But slowly, her attention sharpens. Her awareness of you deepens. She sees how you make decisions, how you stand firm, how you treat others, and it clicks. You're not just a man anymore. You're a force. And with that shift, the nature of her attraction changes. It moves from instinct to intention, from surface-level curiosity to something more conscious, something imagined. She begins to wonder what it would feel like to stand beside you, to lean into that strength, to be close to someone whose presence makes her feel both safe and thrilled at the same time. And that, right there, is when the emotional dynamic transforms. So when she says, "You're powerful," she's not just admiring your confidence, she's recognizing the invisible gravity you carry. It's not just about attraction anymore. It's something deeper, something magnetic. And when a woman begins to feel that shift, she often follows it with a phrase that seems sweet, but is loaded with emotional curiosity. "I'm sure you could get any girl you want." At first glance, it sounds flattering, almost like she's praising your appeal. But listen closely, because this isn't just admiration. It's a quiet psychological test. She's not really saying you could have anyone. She's wondering if, despite that, you would choose her. That statement is her way of asking a deeper question. With all your options, do I stand out? She's trying to read your response. Will you deflect it with charm? Will you get cocky? Or will you meet her where she is with calm, grounded reassurance? In this moment, she's assessing more than your ego. She's measuring your emotional presence, your ability to stay focused. She's looking to see whether you're secure enough in yourself to see her as more than just another girl. Because to her, the unspoken message is this: you could have anyone, but would you choose me anyway? And your response matters. Thoughtful, steady reply tells her that while you might have options, your interest in her is sincere. That she's not just one of many, but someone different. Someone worth being intentional with. It's not about denying you have choices. It's about affirming that your attention isn't scattered. That you're here, now with her. And when you respond from that place, something shifts. Her doubts settle, her heart steadies. Because now she knows she's not just seen, she's chosen. Then comes a phrase that takes that feeling even further: you're different. Let's uncover what those two simple words really mean. Next. So when she looks at you and says, "You're different," understand, it's not just a compliment. It's a quiet confession. She's placing you in a category all your own. One that goes far beyond casual flirtation or short-term interest. In her eyes, you've become something rare, someone who stands apart from the rest. She may not be able to explain it fully, but something about you, the way you see her, the way you move, the energy you carry has struck a different chord. You're not just another guy. You're the exception, and that distinction carries weight. It means she's looking past the surface-level games. She's wondering if there's something real here, something worth exploring, something that could grow, because in a world where so many interactions are shallow and fleeting, when a woman says, "You're different," what she's really saying is, "You make me feel something I'm not used to feeling, and I don't want to ignore it." If you hear those words, pay close attention. She's not just attracted, she's curious about what it might mean to move deeper with you. She's already imagining the potential for something lasting. And now that we've unpacked all these phrases, here's what it really comes down to. Women rarely express desire in straightforward, obvious ways. Instead, they speak in subtle gestures, quiet comments, and emotionally layered cues. The lines we've explored today? They're not random compliments or polite conversation fillers. They're windows into her inner world, offering clues about how she feels, where she stands, and whether she's open to more. A woman who feels safe, seen, and intrigued will invite closeness, not by announcing it, but by creating space for you to step in. The men who succeed in these moments aren't the ones with perfect lines or flashy confidence. They're the ones who notice, who listen with presence, who lead not with pressure, but with clarity, care, and intention. Because once you start tuning in to what's really being said beneath the words, you stop guessing, you stop chasing, and you start connecting. Now it's your turn. Have you ever heard any of these phrases in real life? How did you respond? Did you miss the signal or meet it with confidence? Drop your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this helped you see things more clearly, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's so much more to explore when it comes to human connection, emotional intelligence, and attraction. See you in the next one.